I love how everybody forgot that 8-ounce argument, right, Pete? Everybody forgot that 8-ounce argument.
God.
He showed up to the ring 20 pounds bigger than Floyd, wearing 8-ounce gloves, supposedly this killer puncher. Round 1, he lands an uppercut on a counter. When you get hit with a counter power shot, like, it really takes you off guard. Like, you could really be knocked out, especially round 1 when your brain and your body aren't warmed up. I mean, he hit Floyd with a counter uppercut. God bless, he timed it perfectly. You know, good for him. And Floyd almost laughed it off. That's it. That was all the power that everybody's been talking about. No, and I said, wow, that's about it, huh? That's it. You actually had your chance. You actually landed the big one that you thought was going to land. Oh, that big left hand. Oh, cause if you land that big left hand. There it was. There it wasn't, and there it went.
But I think Conor's very smart, you know, and that was a great fight with the perfect finish for it. You knew Floyd would win, but Conor did a great job, and it ended the way it should have. He needed to call it off. But Conor comes out of it looking like $100 million. Floyd retires at 50-0. So will Conor McGregor end up in the WWE? I think it's a no-brainer. It might not be this year or the year after that because there's a lot of money that you got to spend to get him in there. But a guy that yappy and knows the concept of cutting a wrestling promo, same with Floyd. That's why Floyd did WWE, because he got a lot of his stuff from WWE ideas. So I think Conor will definitely end up there. It's just a matter of when he wants to. I also think Ronda Rousey will eventually end up there one way or another as well.
So the story goes is that a doctor, I don't even know if he was there or he just watched it on TV, and he said that Conor showed signs of, you know, mild brain trauma in the fight because he was kind of wobbling around all over the place. He said if you get, you know, if you're just tired, like Conor said he was, then you just react slowly. You don't wobble around. And I felt like saying, well, you know, I guess the doctor may have a point, but also at the same time, has that doctor ever been punched in the head whilst absolutely fucking gassed and tired and exhausted, you know? Because, you know, so I'm not a guy that blindly jumps to Conor's defense, but I kind of feel I need to defend that there because I don't agree with that assessment whatsoever. If you're very, very tired and you're trying to stay on your feet and a guy's trying to knock you down, I think it's fair to say that you will wobble a little bit. You know, as we said last week, you know, Conor did get, you know, knocked from pillar to post, and it was fatigue and it was taking punches to the head. But I think saying that he had mild traumatic brain injury, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like a stretch. Tyron Woodley can kiss my ass.
Oh, what do you do now?
Well, no, he's just constantly calling me out. Did you see that? I once again, Tyron Woodley calling me out, saying he wants to step up and fight me or GSP, which is fair enough if he wants to do that, but it ain't gonna happen. Let's be honest. Did he call the UFC racist?
Yeah,
Did
he
actually
said
go out there and said UFC because that's a pretty strong quote. And I'll be honest. I mean, I can't see that. I mean, of course, I'm not black, I'm white, I'm English, so, you know. Although these days, white people seem to be, we seem to be suffering a bit of racism. It's almost a sin to be white these days. It's like we're overprivileged just because of the colour of our skin. But, yeah, I mean, I've never experienced racism, so I can't empathise with him, and I can't put myself in his shoes. I will go out on a limb and say, come on, the UFC want to put on the biggest fights, they want to put on the best fights, and I don't really think colour of skin comes into it. But maybe I'm wrong.
You're undefeated right now. Do you think we'll ever see a UFC fighter amass a 50-0 record like Floyd Mayweather? Do you want to be
Probably
the first
not. 50-0? No, I mean, I'll get to 30-0 and I'm out of here. It's too brutal of a sport to make it that far.
Now, after you face Alvarez, who do you want after Alvarez?
Hey, I got to go out and get a nice, you know, knock Alvarez out in the first, second round, then, you know, whoever. Ferguson and Lee are fighting for the interim title.
Right.
You know, I got that head in the chest style that McGregor's terrified of, so something like that.
Ателит наносит короткие удары без амплитуды. Да, практически впад. Да, головой бить нельзя. Янмаборник сразу же. Ох, сейчас, ну... На самом деле там были удары и Ахмедалиева уже после команды рефери, и удар Брандау также пришелся.
Завелся Брандау, и Диего не хочет продолжать поединок. По какой причине?
очень не любят за его поведение в Дагестане. Сейчас покидает он клетку.
Вот это да!